what's going on, everyone out there in YouTube land? So today we're going to check out a single coil RTA, this one coming from a company called Tiger Tech, and this is the Springer S RTA. There it is sitting on top, the Vape Sig DNA 75. Got it at 45 watts. Got a single coil in here, single fuse clapped in coil. Got it loaded up with some of the Red's Apple e-liquid. And yeah, let's have a vape, shall we? Now, the Springer S was sent over directly by Tiger Tech for the purpose of this review. If you guys are looking to pick one up after the video, I'll have some links posted in the description. I will also have a link posted to the Tiger Tech Instagram page if you want to go over there and check them out. After doing a Google search, I found a few websites actually have this. The price tag anywhere between $29.50 all the way up to $38.99. Let's have an up-close look at the Springer S RTA, this one coming from Tiger Tech. Quick look at the presentation box, nice package design. On the back, they actually go into detail about how the RTA works. Inside the box, you're going to get this Springer S RTA. Now, this one will come with two glass tanks. You'll get a bubble tank that is already installed, and you'll get just a regular glass tank. They will also include a Delrin drip tip at the top. Along with the RTA, they will include a bag of spares, which will contain quite a bit of O-rings. You'll get some post screws, an Allen key. You'll notice we get some extra springs. Those are not coils. And we'll get these little silicone or rubber protectors, and we'll talk about those in a moment. Along with the spare parts bag, they also include a nice detailed user manual. Now, the Springer S is available in black, stainless steel, gold, and a heat-treated rainbow. Dimensions, we're looking at 24 millimeters in diameter from the bottom to the top, 44 millimeters tall. They do include a standard Delrin 510 drip tip, and of course, you could remove the drip tip. It's kind of tight in there. If I can get my fingernail under there we go. And you can use your own standard 510 drip tips. There is no 810 drip tip option because it is a single coil RTA. Now, the Springer S is a top fill tank. To fill it up, all you're going to do is just remove the top fill cap, unscrew it, and then you'll notice we have two large fill ports at the top. We do have dual O-rings to help seal it off so that way it doesn't leak. Below that, we're going to have the 3.5 ml glass bubble tank. And like I said earlier, they will give you two tank options. You got the 3.5 bubble tank, and then you got the 2 ml standard tank. Below that, we're going to have dual airflow control slots. And I measured the air slots to be 10 millimeter by 1.8 millimeter. And you can open it wide open for a nice wide open vape. This one does have a lot of airflow for being a single coil. Or you can close it off for a more restricted vape. We do have stopping points on the airflow control ring. That way it's much easier to remove the base. And then at the bottom, we have the Springer S RTA laser etched along with Tiger Tech. And in the center, a gold-plated fixed non-adjustable 510 pin. Now, when you break down the atomizer, you'll notice the machine work is beautiful. They did a really nice job at building this. The finish, very nice high gloss black finish. I love the way they did that. And all the parts and pieces are just machined very well. No sharp edges. The O-rings on the glass tank are nice and tight. Having a closer look at the build deck, I measured 19 millimeters in diameter. We have a single coil build deck. Spring-loaded post design, which means there are no post screws. To open up the post holes, all you're going to do is push down on the posts, and then you'll see the holes exposed. The post holes measure 2 millimeters in diameter, and the springs on these posts, very, very strong spring. And what's nice is they include this little plastic protector, so that way if you find it a struggle trying to push down this with your finger, you could put this on top, and it makes it much easier now to open up the holes. We have 3.8 millimeter air hole in the center. And then, of course, we're going to have your extra large wicking channels right here on the side. And I like the way they have the wicking channels nice and big on here. They're not small. So that way the liquid will feed to your coil and you won't get any dry hits. Now, we're not going to do a build on here simply because it is kind of simple and self-explanatory. But I'll show you mounting a coil in here is super, super easy. So when you go to build it, just press down on the post, take your coil, push it in, all the way into the post, like so. Let's get this one in a little bit further over here. There we go. You want it right up against the post, and then take your coiling rod, and now you can straighten up the coil. And like I said, you don't have to worry about the coil slipping, because these springs, man, they're crazy, crazy strong. Now they do include some extra springs if for some reason one of the springs goes bad over a period of time, or you have an issue with the spring. All you have to do is take that provided Allen key, remove the Allen screw right here, and the post will pop out along with the spring, and then you can replace the spring. All right, guys, so that's pretty much going to be it for the up close and personal. Let's jump back up and let's have a vape. Now, if you guys remember Tiger Tech, I reviewed the Springer RDA from them a while ago, and I wasn't a big fan of it. The idea was a good idea. You know, the concept was good, the spring-loaded post, but I found it a little bit challenging to hold the post down and put 2 coils in there. Now, after the video, they contacted me, and they appreciated the video. They took some feedback from me, and they went back to the drawing board, and they came out with 3 atomizers that still have the same spring design, but actually are much, much better. So we got the single coil RTA. I will also be reviewing their dual coil RTA and their new RDA. And let me tell you, this RDA, wow, this thing is amazing. I cannot wait to show you guys this RDA. But what I like about these guys is, you know, they took the opinions from all the different reviewers, they got some feedback, went back to the drawing board, and they made things much, much better. So today we now have the Springer S RTA, and I must say they did a really, really good job on this thing. If you're a single coiler, even if you're not a single coiler, you're going to really enjoy this thing. So let's have a quick vape. We'll jump through some of the pros and cons, and then we'll wrap it up. Still at, what am I at now? 45 watts. So let's have a vape. And since those wicking channels are so open and so large, this coil, the cotton, just keeps getting saturated, and you cannot get dry hits off this thing. That's what I really like about it. I can chain vape off this and just not get a dry hit. I can keep going, but this is 3 milligrams, and I'm getting a little lightheaded. Wow. All right, woo. Let's go through some of the pros and cons. Pro number 1 is going to the machine quality and the finish on this RTA. I think they did a fantastic job at building this. The machine work is beautiful, especially for the price. The finish on the gold one and the black one, beautiful. I love the high gloss black finish. They did a really good job. The O-rings are nice and tight. The airflow control ring is nice and tight. Everything about it is almost perfect, so I will give it a thumbs up for that. The next pro, the 510 drip tip that it comes with, very comfortable. It's not too wide open because we're only, you know, dealing with a single coil here, so we don't need nothing too big. So 810 drip tips won't work, but 510s will, and the one that it comes with is actually really nice, so I will give it a thumbs up for that. The next pro, very easy to build on. We got the spring-loaded post, and now they included that little plastic adapter, which makes it even easier. Just push the springs down, slide your coil in, big wicking channels, wick it. It's a breeze. Very simple to build on, so I will give it a thumbs up for that. The next pro is going to be the flavor. This thing has awesome flavor. Really good flavor. The airflow is just perfect. When it's wide open, it's got a nice kind of, I don't want to say restricted, but there's some restriction to it. It's not too wide open. It's not too restricted. A nice direct lung inhale. You can tighten it off, but you're probably not going to get a mouth-to-lung. Yeah, you're not going to get a mouth-to-lung vape off it. But what I like most, aside from the airflow and the flavor, is that you don't get any dry hits. Because of those huge wicking channels, you guys seen it, I could just chain vape and chain vape and chain vape, and this thing will not dry hit. So the overall vaping experience with this RTA, I think, is amazing. So thumbs up for that. The next pro and the last pro are going to be the 2 tank options. We get the 2 ml straight tank that I have here at the moment, and then we get the 3.5 ml bubble tank. Let's go over 2 of the cons I have. Now, lately, you guys are probably wondering, why don't any of these products have a lot of cons? Honestly, guys, I've been trying my best to find something to complain about with a lot of stuff, but China has been doing a really good job lately with their products. They've been putting out some really good stuff, and there's nothing for me to complain about with a lot of these products. So The only two cons I can come up with this RTA, one are the limited color options. As I always say, I want to see more popping colors, some reds, some oranges, some blues, some green, and let's get out of the whole black stainless steel gold kind of finish. So I will give it a con for the color options. And the next con, the spring-loaded post design is a nice idea, but those springs are really strong. So if you're older, if you have issues with your hands, if you have arthritis, you may find it a bit of a challenge holding down those posts while you slide your coil in. But other than that, that's it. I have no other cons with this RTA. So that's it, guys. That's all I got for you today. If you have any comments or questions on the Springer S, please feel free to leave them below. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll talk to everyone very, very soon. Make sure you guys build safe and vape on.